Good afternoon and welcome back to Mrs. Artisan Designs. This project is my design team project for LavenderBlu and it's called Cherry Blossom. First of all, I'm going to show you the folio that I've made for it, and then I'll show you what my second project was for it. Hope you are all doing good today. Sorry I've not been around. I've been having problems trying to get my videos recorded, but hopefully today this one works. So I've got a wee belly band on it with just one of the pieces that comes with the kit, and I've got a wee pocket here. I've got a label there, I've got a pocket here, but this wee envelope, I'll show this first. Again, it's got another wee piece from the kit that you get. So I've just made another wee belly band out of this, and I folded and glued the envelope up so that I could store things in. So I've got that. That was just to stop things getting stuck. But I've got these two wee envelopes. The kit is absolutely adorable. I love this kit. And I've just made... Oh, I think one's got stuck. Oh no, it's because I've glued it together. It's because I've glued it together, but you've just got wee tags made. Yeah, you've just got wee tags made. I would see, let me see if I can unglue this one. Silly me, forgot to leave this until after I'd done my video. Just let me... No, it's not going to let me out, but it's just wee tags that I've stuck in there that you can take out and write on. And this is one of the lovely envelopes that comes with the kit. And I was going to do a wee hold there to hold it. I've just decided to go with the belly band because I thought it looked cute around. So I've showed you that we've got the label, the pocket here, and I'm going straight to the back, and we've got another pocket. The pockets are just absolutely gorgeous, and this is another wee envelope, and you can see instead of a belly band, I've glued it on at either side here. I've put a wee bit of the kit on, and in here I've got some of the pieces to make the journal. So you can see you've got all different types of things. You've got flowers, you've got cupcakes, you've got girls, you've got your bottles of cherry fizz. It's been a great kit to work with, and I really like this one. So I'll just leave the pockets out just now. So now we go back to the front and we go inside. And inside you can see I've done two corner pockets with some envelopes that I've stuck together, and this is an envelope that you can write on the back, and I've just decorated it with the pages that comes with the kit. And I love this wee envelope, it's so cherry blossomy. And here I've got a couple more of those tags made in the pockets, but oh, I might be able to access this one, maybe. It's the string I've used that's the issue, because it's just framed, but there's wee pockets that come and you can make wee tags to fit in, and then just store it into the corner pocket. And if you wanted, you could actually sew some pages into the middle of this, and then you've got a proper wee folio. If it's your first time journaling, this paper is beautiful, so I love this envelope. And I've put it's like a wee stamp that's come on it, and you can see I've done another type of those holds. And again, we've just got more teacup, cherry pie, cherry jam, cherry pie, and more wee flowers. There's loads more you could do with this kit, so that's why I'm putting these pieces in, and this went in with another envelope that again I've done the holes with one of the pieces of paper. This is another lovely one, and I believe it's more of, well, that's kind of like the tags that I've made that are in the wee pockets. I've just put things on, and I've added a wee bit of cheesecloth. It's really a cute kit to work with. And so that's my first piece that I have made for the Cherry Blossoms kit. And we'll put all this back together. We'll turn it upside down. And then we just put the holder on. So now I'm going to go to the main piece, which is the journal. And this is quite a full journal compared to the last one, but it's still one that's you can close even with all the stuff that's in. So I just picked up fabric that I thought could go with summer, so it was nice pink rainbows. And this is actually a soft journal. I've actually made this using kids, that kind of stuff. I can't remember the name of it just now. It'll pass me, it'll come to me. And you can see a couple of things that I've made tagged. So I'm just going to go through this and show you what I have done. I have made these big pockets and stuck them onto the front page in another beautiful paper. And this is a lovely paper too, all the apples and the cherry preserve. And then I've just got some coloured, what would you call that page? Ledger page, coloured ledger pages. And here's one of the first wee pockets, and isn't she just absolutely beautiful? And then I've just put some coffee dyed paper on the back, and I thought she looked nice coming in there. And then we have an envelope that I've put this on that you could design, and then you could write on this, and inside this one I've got a tag, and I've just put the cherry pie and the smaller one on, and again I've just backed it. I didn't decorate that part of the envelope because I thought that looked quite nice. And then we've got some vintage music paper and some really vintage paper here. This is over from the 1800s, but it is really good strong paper. And this one, it's kind of like a postcard, and I've just put some coffee dyed paper on the back. And I've just made a tab out of that paper, and here I've made a belly band with another one of those. And here we've got glued, I've just glued two pieces that are the same and they're similarly cut, and I've just put a wee glue, oh goodness, everything's going out my head today, paper clip. And then I've just got this lovely big envelope with this girl. I just love that. And that's got its own wee holder that I cut out. And then here what I have done is with some of the pages that you've come, I've actually made them into like little foreign, like really old letters that you can fold out. Well, you can't really fold that bit out, but you could go as far as that, and then you've got a lovely writing spot. And then I've just put a wee tab so that you know to open it. And then this one, this is another one, the heart paper, and I've just put a wee tab, and it's just done the same way, and you can use them to either hold some stuff in, or you can use them as writing spots. plenty of pages for writing on. I should do this a bit earlier. There we go. And then I'll clip that back in after the video. And then we've got this paper. It's lovely with the butterflies and the cherry. And I love this page as well because it's a tartan. And we've got a wee pocket that not made anything, so there's still some places where you can make some stuff and put it in yourself. And then we've got this really old paper, and I've got another one of these big journal cards, and I've just made a pocket out using different pieces from the, so that I was using up all my scraps. And then we turn it over and we've actually got a flip out. And then here we've got a little, you can actually store things in at the back of here. And then we've got the lovely little tag with the cupcake. And in here we have another tag with the cherry pie and the cherries at the top. And then here we've got one of the big tags that I've just used bits of pages from the kit and like other pieces like vintage look paper, and then just stuck some things on, and you only get a few words with the kit, but you could print off more if you wanted to use them. And let's just tuck this in. That should go in all right. Get that out of my way. And then this paper is beautiful as well, the flowers with the butterflies. And then we've got more of the ledger page coloured. And here we've got a decent sized pocket, so we've got a decent sized tag that went in. And I've kept this one quite neutral in the background, just so that it highlighted more. And then I've just put a wee tab on the back. And we've got another flip out here. It's just a writing spot, so you've got a lot of writing spot there. And you can put pictures or pockets on here. It's really up to you. And then we've got this text page, which is beautiful. And that's us into the centre of the first section. I'm going to hopefully try and get some wee danglies done. But I need to figure out how to do it first. So this is the text page, the reverse of this one. We've got a deep pocket, and I've just put another one of that girl, just backed it and just put a wee word on it, as if she's dreaming about a pie. And on the reverse, we've got two tags here. They've both got different types of cherry pies on them, and I've just backed them. And then we've got that, more of that ledger paper, and then that paper, and then we've got the other side of this really old 1800s paper, and I've just went and put a wee cluster on that I thought went quite well with it. So I've got a journal card, and I've got a tag here, and I've just used wee pieces from the kit to add on, and then just back them. And then I've got a wee tab here, and then we've just got this really old paper, and I've just put a bit across, and then I've just put some up here just to strengthen it. And in here I've just got a tag of the lady, and you can see I've done it with really old paper so that you can see the side of it. And then we go back to this page, and we've got another tag, and it's of cherry jam and the cherries, and I've just added a wee cherry thing on. And then we've got this lovely page with the girl on it. I just love that girl. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it reminds me a wee bit of me. So we've got the other side of the music paper, and in here we've got a long thin tag, and I've just added a few bits on. And then we've got another one that I've done with the vintage paper, that you can see sticking out, and then just back them. So you could actually maybe even use that as a bookmark if you wanted. And then on the other side we've got another pocket that you can store things in there. And this comes with these. This comes as a wee set that you make up. Oh, I don't know where that came from. I'll put that in one of the envelopes. So I've just done 2 different versions of this girl with vintage paper and backed them as journal cards. And then I've just rounded them. So I could really put that one in there and her in here, and then you can see the difference. And this is the other side of the envelope, and I've just decorated inside the back. Used some of the pages, a wee bit of book page, and then I've made a tab going along the top, and you can slide things in there. Then we've got this striped paper, and then we've got another flip out here. It's the page with the beautiful woman, but you can see she goes round there, but you can write on that page if you've got a dark pen. And I've attached it to ledger paper, and again it's another big tag, and I've just used the pages from the kit, and then I've just used bits and bobs from it. Just let me see, get this one back in. Here we go. And then that's us at the end of the first signature. And I've just put some, can't remember what you call it, but it's really quite thick just to help strengthen like the spine for it. So now we're going on to the second section, and I started it with this page, and I absolutely love that. Don't like jam. You're never going to believe this. I have never eaten jam in my entire life, but somehow I just really love this kit. I think because it's a wee bit worldy oldie. I just really like it. And then you get the back to write on, and then there's that beautiful paper. I absolutely love that paper. And then I've just put one of the wee pockets that came, and then I've made one of the bigger journal cards and just stuck that in. And then here we have another belly band and another one of those big journal cards. And then we're another of this 1800s, late 1800s paper. It's a really strong paper. I mean, when you feel it. And I've just put a side pocket on here, and then I've just made a big journal card with some pieces on, and then just another one of those big ones, and then they're backed. And then I've done a tab on that page, but I'll need to strengthen it actually because it keeps moving. And then I've made a pocket, and then that's one of those that you can see the vintage paper through. I mean, if you've got really old paper and you're using it in your journals, if you're going to use it for pockets or anything, you're better to always to strengthen it at the top so that it doesn't wear away so quickly. And then we've got the love heart paper. I love that one too. And then here we've got another page that's absolutely beautiful. It's autumny colours, my favourite time of the year. And then I've just got this card with this beautiful woman. I've just added a wee flower and backed it, and it just nicely fits in here if I get it right. There we go. And then here we have another one of these long tags or bookmarks, and I've just added a few pieces. And then I've just vintage music paper. I'll need to maybe do something to strengthen that there. And then I've made a pocket and strengthened it at the top. And here you could put pictures or something on. And here's a lovely page as well, and you can write on that one. And I went and attached this on, and it's the young girl again, and then I've got a pocket over on this side, and it's just all the cupcake and flowers and backed, and then you can see the flowers and the text. And here we have a large journal card with a few of the pieces. I really love making these big tags because I think they give you good writing space on. And this is the more ledger paper, lighter colour. And then here we have those dark reds and deep browns of the autumny colours. So I tended to stick to paper, that main bit of the paper of that colour, and then I've just attached a wee bit to strengthen it, and it's just another tag, and I've just backed and just added a wee few of the pieces on. And then we've got a pocket over the other side of the page, and we've just got this, the one with the cherry jam and the cherries, and I've just added a wee pie up there and backed it. And then here we have another envelope, and I've put writing page on here, and I've put decorative page on there, but you could still write on that. And it's a tag of the girl with flowers, and I've just stuck that in there because I thought she would look good with the ribbon. And then I've just used vintage music paper for the top, and then on the other side of the envelope I have done a big writing space, decorated it with papers and vintage text page, and I've just left that one the way it is, and you can make something to fit in there. And then we've got the other side of this lovely browns and reds, and I've got a lovely wee check pocket, and I've put the girl in with the flowers, and I've added some more and backed and put that in. And here we've got more of the ledger paper, the dotted paper. That's just absolutely beautiful. I love dots. And here's the cherry fizz, and you've got lovely paper with the cake in the bottle. And then over here we have got a picture with the cherry pie, but you could still write over that, and I've just attached it to this vintage music paper, and then you've got more places to write as well. And then on the other side I have made a tab of that in a pocket, and it's one you can see with the vintage paper. Unfortunately some of it disappeared when I put that on, and then I've just put writing paper. And then on this page you've got that other, the deep browns and the reds. It's absolutely beautiful with a wee love heart pocket, and I've got a tag with the cherry cupcake, and I've added the wee bottle of cherry fizz, and you can see the flowers in the background kind of match. And here we've got another decorated paper clip. This time I've done the cherry pie and just stuck a wee paper clip in. And here we've got another envelope with the lady with some text and the butterfly. And on this side we've got the cherries paper. And again here I have done more of these vintage writing spots, and how you work it all together. And then you can just pull it out, and then you've got plenty of writing space. And at this point you just want to fold that in, and then you fold that over, and then you've got it sealed. But let me see, did I have anything on here yet? So let's see. Yes, so actually this one actually folds up in there, and this one comes over, and you've got your wee tab to open it. And I think this one will be the same, it's the polka dots. No, this one's done slightly different. And you just open it up, and and you've got your writing spot. Or you could even use the papers to do something else. It's up to yourself. And I've just lined this envelope with just coffee dyed paper, and then it just things in there. So I shall just paper clip this one back on. And that's it back on. And on this page we've got a side pocket with the really old paper, and we've got a long tag with the cherry fizz on it, and you can see I've done it with the vintage paper and I've just backed it. And this one's just a tag of the cherry pies, and I've added the cherry jam, and that goes in there. And we turn this over and we've got another tab, and we've got a pocket. In this one I've put the pie and the two different types of cherry pie on a journal card that I thought looked cute. And then on this page you can see just the face of the girl and the text, and then it's just the wee cherry pockets. And then I've done this other journal card, and you can see the vintage paper, and I've just put a wee tab on the top. And then we have this lined paper that I don't think is ledger paper. I think this might actually be it's writing paper. And on this page I've got another one of these where you can put stuff in at the side, but this came with this wee tag and into the pocket, and it was all made. And you can see this one flips out, so you've got plenty of writing space. You can even write on there if you wanted. And we've got another big tag, and I've just added a few pieces, and I just love that one. And then you can see that beautiful paper again. Absolutely love that. And then we've got the last page, and it's the cherry pie. You can still write in that, and then I've put another pocket in at the back, and I've used one of the decorative pages. And that's my project for Lavender Blue for this month. I'm looking forward to my next project. I think it's going to be a series that I do, and I hope that you join in with me when I do it. So I'll speak to you soon, and thank you for joining me today. Bye for now.